Roanoke Live, Roanoke Live, party time, excellent.
Party on, Rob.
Party on, Tiff. Alrighty, welcome, Tiff. We're here, episode 15.
Yeah, we are, and we do not look like ourselves, do we?
Not at all.
No, actually, I think I look more like myself like this than I ever have in my life. But Rob, I don't know about you. Something's a little different here.
Yeah.
Let's see if our audience can figure it out.
Yeah,
But
let's see, yeah.
Yep.
I think I like the look. I think I might go
too.
for blonde. You think,
Yeah, I think you should.
All right.
We need to get you some curls in there, you know.
We'll post some of the pictures, but you cutting this wig.
Oh my gosh.
We were
guys.
belly laughing.
We were. And of course, everyone in the office, after not seeing anyone all day, was like walking by Rob's office as I was trying to give him a haircut. It was something else, but
it was crazy.
Yeah, it was. Well, if you guys didn't know, if you don't follow us on Facebook, which you should, but we ran a costume contest where you guys got to choose our costumes, and Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World won. So that's why we are dressed like this, and we thought it was a great way to bring in the Halloween episode. So here we are dressed as Wayne and Garth. So we hope you guys enjoy that part of the episode. And
well, if they couldn't tell by the intro, right?
Right. That's true. You guys probably could tell, but you're probably wondering why specifically it was Wayne and Garth. But
and if you don't know who we are, then you need to go check out Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Yes.
Like right now, press pause on the podcast, and then go straight to probably Netflix. I don't even know where it's going, but
I don't know either. I don't know where they're streaming it, but I'm sure you can find it. It is one of the best movies, one of my favorite movies.
Which one do you like better, 1 or 2?
Oh, 1 for sure.
Oh, not even close? Do you like 2?
Well, I like 2, but it's just, I don't know, something about the original just always, you can't, I feel like nothing really reaches the original for me. So, just so many quotable moments in the first movie. I mean, we're not worthy.
Yeah.
That's me every time I go to a concert. So, but definitely one of my favorite movies.
Okay, so all right, so this is I'm taking a left here. You gotta stay on the road with me.
All right.
Does that apply to musicians? Is their first album when they're on the come up?
Not always.
Not always.
Not always.
So a musician can mature.
Yes.
And evolve and get better. Lots of times though I do find the first one, like when they're like the most starving, it's like the most raw that they are, maybe. But
that's true. I think with some artists, like I know we talk about Zach Bryan, or I do a lot on this podcast. For him, I think his newer stuff is definitely really good and maybe better. But like for some of the metal artists I like their newer stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's good.
Yeah, one of my favorite bands came out with like a new album, and I think it's the best thing they've ever put out.
Heck
so it's just crazy. But what are your thoughts? Do you think the same?
I think hip hop a lot. It's the first couple of albums, because that's when you're so hungry. Like hip hop, I don't know. You educate me in the metal game, but is it competitive?
In metal, well, it depends. I feel like a lot of the bands I like are kind of mid-tier and trying to break into the upper tier. But like for bands like, I just went and saw Stained and Breaking Benjamin. I think for bands like that, they're just coasting, and they have such
they are.
Yeah, they like where they are. They have such a big fan base that I think they just keep putting out new stuff and people just keep loving it. So it's not, I think everyone is where they're supposed to be until like metal's kind of different, because they don't really get like TikTok famous. Like Sabrina Carpenter, she took off, pop artist, love her. She definitely took off from TikTok and everything. So it's just like, I don't know, it's hard to tell. I think it's a little different. Yeah.
Well, hip hop is super competitive. Like a lot of rapping is about like, I'm the best. I'm better than you. This is why.
They not like us.
Yeah.
They not like us.
So like for hip hop, like you can't recreate that hunger.
It's true.
Of like when you first come out in the scene, because you're trying desperately to make a name for yourself. I mean, but I agree though, like it is something about like somebody hits their stride, they can eclipse it. But anyway, that's our Wayne's World recap.
Well, Wayne's World recap. Yep, we just totally went. We're very good at just taking a total left, just total left turn. But that's okay. But to get back on track.
What we got going on the show today, Tiff?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about dreams, and we're also going to talk about spooky haunted places in Roanoke.
Okay.
I don't think we did haunted places in Roanoke last time. We did haunted music venues, so this will be a very interesting topic.
I love it.
But just to start off, I know Rob came in my office probably like a week ago, and we just started talking about dreams. I've been having some wild ones, and I think it's because I've been taking melatonin gummies. It helps me get to sleep faster, so the wheels aren't constantly turning, and I never go to bed. So, so just to kick off the dreams portion.
Yeah, we're at the point in our relationship where we go save it for the podcast.
Yeah, we literally do that. We're like, wait, this is interesting. Let's talk about it.
Okay, well, I think how it started is I had a take.
Okay, I got to hear it.
And you got to tell me what you I said that bad dreams are better than good dreams. And look, stick with me here. This is why. Because if you have a really good dream, you're almost bummed when you wake up. Like you're like, dang, that's not real. Like what if if you went to a concert and you met your favorite artist and you wake up, you're like, no, that didn't actually happen.
Yeah,
but if you have like a terrifying dream, like you're getting chased by a murderer, you wake up and it's like relieved. You're like, thank God, this is where I live. So
that's true.
So think about your mental state. In reality, is so much better off if you have a bad dream because you're not mad. You're actually relieved that this is where you live.
Yeah, I actually think I agree with your take, and it's funny because I actually had a dream about someone chasing me. Yes. That was my dream. I had some old scary woman, very scary woman. She was dead, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Chasing me around an old castle.
It was dead, I guess.
Yeah, she was dead, I guess, but I don't know. But she was chasing me for what felt like 3 hours, and I was so relieved to wake up from that dream. So
think about that euphoric feeling you woke up. You felt when you woke up.
Oh my gosh, I was like, thank God that's not my reality.
I don't have that maybe dead lady chasing me.
Yes, maybe potentially dead. We don't know. Like unalive.
What
zombie.
were the signs that she was dead?
She was terrifying. She was probably the scariest woman I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Like just old, scraggly hair, like patches missing. Like I still remember it. That's how scary she was.
Yeah, those kind of stuff. That melatonin's really messing with you.
Yeah, dude. I should probably. I'm either taking too much or I'm taking not a good brand.
How much are you taking?
I'm taking 2 gummies, which is the recommended for me, and they're 10 milligrams. Is that what?
10, is that
a lot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just putting myself
20
out. I'm putting myself.
Tiff.
Yeah, I'm putting myself down for the night, like dog stuff.
That's almost like the anesthesiologist is gonna have to come wake you up after that.
Like hit me with a shot of adrenaline in the chest.
Like Pulp Fiction style.
Wake up. Well, now
maybe you should try one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to one. I'll let y'all know how that works out.
Oh my goodness, 20 is wild.
Yeah, it is. But speaking. For dreams, I thought this was actually interesting.
Okay.
I'm going to hit just straight to the theories on why we dream because I thought this was kind of cool. All right.
I do like this.
Yes.
I love hearing about the theories behind dreams.
Me too.
The ones where your teeth fall out, stuff like that. Okay, so what you got? I'm excited to hear this.
It's saying that these are what can cause dreams or the reason you're dreaming about certain things. Memory consolidation. Oh my God, this word, guys.
It's all right. You were worried about it too. I could tell.
Anyways, I was sweating it before I said it.
Yeah, I could tell.
Anyways, sometimes when you dream, it kind of helps you through emotions, thoughts, and experiences that you've been through. So memories can trigger certain dreams.
Gotcha.
Emotional regulation can trigger certain dreams, which is how I feel like a lot of the reasons I have dreams.
Okay.
So
going through stuff.
Yeah, they may serve as like a processing mechanism for people.
Wow, that's interesting.
And then, problem solving is another one.
Okay.
And then activation synthesis theory, which is really interesting. And it suggests that dreams are simply just the brain's attempt to make sense of a random activity that's going on in your head. So I thought that was really cool because I didn't know that was a thing.
Super interesting.
Yeah, so some could be acting up in your brain and you don't even know it, and your dreams are trying to auto-correct that for you. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So a type of dreaming I'm sure you guys have heard about is lucid dreaming, and that occurs when the dreamer is aware that they're dreaming and can control their dreams.
Yeah.
Would be awesome. I don't think I've had
Somebody
that
told me
happen.
when I was young, if you look at the back of your palm while you're dreaming, you can go anywhere.
No way. All right.
Listeners, Tiffany,
Tiffany,
try it. And if you comment, I want to hear if anybody's able to do that because that would be super cool.
It would be really cool. But so there's lucid dreaming.
Yes.
We're going to go through the common dream themes.
Okay.
Which for the first one for me, being chased or attacked, which
there we go.
Man, I guess I'm being called out, but it says it relates to stress, anxiety, or unresolved fears. My unresolved fear of a dead woman chasing me, apparently.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Falling.
This took a dark turn.
I know, it did. Falling or flying can symbolize a loss of control, falling can symbolize a loss of control.
That's my dream.
Yes.
I'm always falling.
Yes, that's not good.
No.
While flying may represent freedom or escape. And then you mentioned teeth falling out.
Yeah.
This is a common dream, and it's often interpreted as reflecting insecurity or a fear of aging. That's super interesting.
Okay, my teeth haven't fell out in a while. So
that's good.
It makes sense losing control because I'm definitely losing control.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 little ones and they are in control of everything.
Oh, they're so cute.
So it's just being ripped away from me.
Yeah, you're like, that's why I'm constantly falling in my dreams. And then the last one that I have here is unpreparedness, which is dreams just about not being prepared. So like the ones where you go to a talent show in front of your school and you're just wearing your underwear, those type of dreams.
I wake up like I have to do, like I have dreams where I had a homework assignment due and I forgot.
See?
You ever have those?
Yeah, I have before.
Yeah.
I've had just like embarrassment dreams of not being prepared for something.
Oh, yeah.
But
the worst.
That can reflect waking life anxiety or feelings of inadequacy, which that does make sense. So, but
okay. Well,
yeah,
we have a bunch of problems on this podcast.
I guess we do. Well, listen, I don't think that's the case. I think just sometimes you're just gonna.
Everybody has problems.
My body is probably stressing from the amount of melatonin I'm taking.
Yeah,
that's why that's crazy. But some of the things that can affect your dreams are external stimuli, which is sounds, physical sensations, just things outside of you while you're dreaming that can influence the content of your dreams.
Are you a fan? Do you have a fan when you sleep, or is it dead silent?
I do. Well, I'm not gonna lie, it's been dead silent since I've been in my new house, and I don't like it. I need to get like a fan or something.
Yeah.
I've been listening to white noise a little bit.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, which is weird. I've never been a person to do that, but I do not like it dead silent.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
like
get you a fan.
Yeah, I feel weird. I'm like, one thing's gonna make a noise, and I'm gonna be out of here.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so that's one thing that can kind of, I guess change your dreams if that's the case.
Okay.
But so I thought this is the last thing about dreams that I'll say, but I just think this is really cool. But this is the role of culture and history and dream interpretation. So historically, dreams have been viewed as messages from gods or omens. So Freud famously suggested that dreams are a window into our unconscious desires and repressed thoughts, while Carl, I think it's Jung, expanded on this by introducing the concept of the collective unconscious, where dreams reflect universal archetypes shared by humanity. That's a lot.
That's deep.
So we're going to let you guys take a second.
Yeah, take that all
But a lot of people nowadays, though, they use their dreams as a sign of something in their life. Like, hey, this is a sign. I had a dream about this. This is a sign I should do this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of more the role it plays now.
I saw something to add to that, and that was cool information. That every person in your dream is somebody that you've seen before.
I heard that too, and it's so crazy. That's like my Roman Empire, actually. I think about that all the time. I'm like, where did I see this person? If it's
almost dead, possibly dead lady. Where'd she come from?
No, that's scary. I don't want to know about that. Like
TV, probably.
You know what's crazy?
Could be like a movie.
Speaking of,
you love horror movies.
Well, I was going to tell you. So this festival I went into one of the cells.
Oh yeah, you're around dead people.
No,
all
listen,
the time.
I have a theory that maybe I brought something back with me.
Oh,
I hope it's not true though,
or
because
maybe.
I have a dark corner of my room, and I swear, like sometimes I wake up. Never mind, this is crazy. But
no, you gotta say it now.
I think
you gotta say it now.
Sometimes I think I'm dreaming, but I swear, like when I wake up, there's like something there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I
maybe that's why I haven't
too.
been sleeping. But
so we're mixing melatonin with the ghost spirit.
Pretty much.
See, all right, tune in next month to see how Tiffany turns out.
Oh my God. Well, I'm just telling you. It hasn't happened recently. I've been fine recently.
You know what's happening to me? Like I'll wake up and I like forget where I am.
Okay, that means you slept pretty good then. I like those dreams.
Is that what it is?
I mean, I think so. Like you wake up and you're like, whoa, this is crazy. Yeah. But do you have, I guess we'll close this out by saying.
Let's close it before we unveil all of
all of our deep dark secrets.
Yeah, right.
Do you have a dream that you've remembered in particular, good or bad, that just like stuck with you?
Yeah, but like
if you're like, if you want to talk.
Yeah, it's only bits and pieces, but it has something to do with the Little Mermaid, and I'm underwater. and like talking to a clam, but like it happens every.
That's like your genie. Like,
Yeah,
that must
maybe
be your
that's what it
genie.
is.
That's
Maybe
your
what it
life.
is.
You ask this clam for life advice.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't dream that much.
Yeah.
Mostly, it's like when I'm drifting off is when I dream.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like I'll be like, I like what you just said. Like I'll be like, is somebody in here?
Yeah.
Like I'll have to sit up.
Yeah, I have a theory that I think.
The Hat Man. You ever heard about that?
Oh my! We both listen to. Did you hear Casey Rocket talks about the Hat Man?
Oh yeah,
'Cause
that's
he
right.
takes too much Robitussin.
Yeah.
That's the only time that I've heard. But
Yeah.
apparently, Hat Man is terrifying.
Yeah. He'll
Have
come
you
get
seen the Hat Man in your dreams?
Yeah. I think.
Oh
I don't know.
no! I feel. Oh, that's way worse than a dead lady. I do not want to see Hat
I don't
Man.
know what. Why is that worse?
I'll have to do some research on the Hat Man, but apparently
Yeah.
that's like one of the most terrifying things you can see in your dream.
You know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they're all terrifying.
Maybe you took too
right?
much Robitussin
Yeah,
in
probably
that
did.
moment.
It might have been sick or
Yeah,
something.
too much tuss. But yeah. But anyways, we're gonna close that one out. I already told you
right.
guys about my dream. That
Yeah,
was crazy.
yeah, we got real personal. on
Yeah,
that
we
one.
did. But so the
right.
next thing we're gonna talk about real quick is some haunted places in Roanoke.
Yes, let's
So
hear it.
the first one I have here is the Hotel Roanoke. So it's one of our most historic landmarks. It's one of the most noticeable. Just when you're coming right there on 581, you can definitely see it. Lots of people have stayed there and all that stuff. So it's rumored to be haunted by several spirits. Guests and staff have reported just strange occurrences, unexplained cold spots, the usual mysterious noises, sightings of ghostly women wandering the halls. It's always ghostly women, never men.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
right.
kidding.
What's up with that?
Yeah, what's up with that? But the hotel dates back to 1882, and it's just got a long history. And some believe the spirits are past guests that just loved it so much they came back. So there's that one.
That
And
sounds
then,
like the marketing team at Hotel Roanoke.
It does.
Coming in with that
Hey,
one.
shout out Hotel Roanoke.
Yeah.
Marketing team, you're welcome. So the second one that I thought was wild was the Appalachian Trail. So I don't know why, but outdoor
I believe
things.
it already before even hearing
Yeah.
it.
So people, hikers have just reported some paranormal activity, again, noises, apparitions, feelings of being watched. And apparently local folklore suggests that certain areas along the trail, especially, near the Blue Ridge Mountains, they're just haunted by spirits of settlers and soldiers from the Civil War.
Yeah, there's
era.
so much history on the Appalachian Trail, I believe it.
Yeah. And then I'm going to skip over a couple of these just because I
Okay.
found some more interesting ones.
Yeah.
There's one that's not on here that I wanted to mention, but the
Do it.
Patrick Henry Hotel that's been turned into apartments is haunted.
Yeah.
And one of my friends actually lives
Wait,
there.
that's apartments now?
Yeah, part of it is apartments,
Oh,
but
okay.
he lives there, and he's been reporting some crazy
Reporting.
not reporting, but he's
What?
not
On what
reporting.
source?
Not reporting, but he's been.
Hello,
reporting
this
to
is
me.
Tiffany's friend coming to you live from
We actually have him as a guest. He'll be right on. No, he's been telling me the craziest stuff. Like he's like, oh, I was just in the bathroom at 3 a.m. going to the bathroom, and I look and turn around, and there's just like an apparition.
You guys
and I'm
share
like,
melatonin?
I think we do.
consumption?
Maybe. See, and I still haven't seen the Hat Man. I'm not taking enough. But so Patrick Henry Hotel is another one.
Yeah, it's really anything that's like always like super old. Right?
Yeah, which I'm just gonna
Makes
mention.
sense.
Yeah, the other things pretty much have the same, apparitions and stuff, but just some
Yeah.
honorable mentions. Old Historic Southwest is one, just the housing district. St. Andrew's Catholic Church, which is absolutely beautiful. That's another one, strange lights, shadowy figures,
Yeah.
all that. Stonewall Jackson Middle School and Holland University are all some. So if you guys...
Middle school.
That's what it says.
That's crazy.
Yeah, gosh, imagine being a kid just trying to get to class. and
Yeah,
this guy's
right?
like, you shall not pass.
Oh,
It'd be terrifying. But
yeah.
anyways.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah, but it says here that all of this just adds to the mystique of Roanoke. and
Yes.
we have a rich history here.
We
It's such a cool
do.
city, and we're glad that we are right here in the heart of it. So, yeah.
I don't know if I could be a girl. I'm just like constantly messing with my hair.
That's
Is that what
me
you
too.
do all day?
Yeah, and also, guys, this is not a wig. I feel like people, because
Oh, yeah, change your hair.
yeah, this is not
I'm
a
the
wig.
blonde
This is
one.
real. So now Rob is the blonde one.
But yeah, ghosts are fun. That's super interesting. I like some of the theories there. I mean, there's so much history around here. Who knows? It could be true.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think I've been lucky. Well, I was going to say I've never really had anything happen to me, but I I'm gonna chalk up what I said earlier to the melatonin. So yeah, I hope so.
Playing with fire there.
I know. I probably shouldn't say that. I take it back.
Yeah.
But
to all you ghost listeners, all of our ghost and spirits listeners, Tiffany's kidding.
Yes, I am kidding.
Yeah.
You guys, yep. Anyways, so
right.
we're gonna go to your favorite segment.
Yeah, next goes pop. I'm gonna try the sound machine for.
Let's do it.
That's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one.
There it is. I got it eventually.
Perfect.
We're trying. That's the sound when you know it's Pop Goes Burglin' time.
Woo woo.
All right. We're having a good time today, if you guys couldn't tell.
We are.
But this is what the segment for all of our new listeners is when we go down pop culture rabbit holes, discuss. Tiffany and I are chronically online, and we blame it on our jobs.
Yes, absolutely.
And when our family gets mad at us, we're saying we're just working.
But
really, we're looking at things like cute hippos, like our first topic.
Absolutely. We got Moo Ding.
Moo Ding.
If you guys don't know, it means bouncy pork in Thai.
Oh, I did not know that.
So it doesn't make it cuter because she
does.
is bouncy pork. She's not pork, but you know what I mean. She's adorable.
It's a hippo.
Yes.
It's the cutest thing in the world. Check out our Facebook page. Tiffany did a funny post with that. But
I did.
Basically, the gist of it is it's just a cute hippo, right?
Yeah, it is. It's just it's
really what
a light spot in the all the darkness I feel like we have on social media all of a sudden.
Right.
But I just feel like we've had there's always going to be depressing stuff on Facebook, but it's kind of nice when you have cute little hippos, and she literally is just bouncing around. She's got such a little personality. She reminds me of a dog kind of, but in a hippo body.
And it's they're also hippos when they get older are super vicious.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of.
It's kind of nice that she's cute.
I was listening to something about hippos, and it's apparently because they're very scared.
Aww.
So the reason why they're so vicious is because they get scared easily, and their mechanism is to fight.
Oh.
So when they get nervous and scared, that's
like
when they
me.
chomp off people. Well, they're crazy. They'll take your legs off.
I kind of wanted a Moo Ding pet,
Yeah, until it gets 600 pounds.
Yeah, I don't think we could keep a hippo here at Berglund Center.
No, maybe we'll ask Robin.
Yeah, Miss Robin, can we use our marketing budget to buy a hippo? Just put the Berglund Center logo on it.
Oh my!
Put it out
goodness.
front. Anyways, on that note.
All right, so the next one is Nikado Avocado. Did I say that right?
Yes. Right. TikTok. YouTube.
He's YouTuber, yeah.
More YouTube. Been around for a few years.
So basically, he does this thing called mukbang, which sounds weird, but really, basically, it's just eating a lot of food
all at once.
In
one sitting.
Do you not him? But do you watch them?
I do. I like to watch.
Them too.
Yeah, I like to watch the true crime ones, but I'm not gonna lie.
True crime.
Yeah,
we're talking about eating.
Well, they'll eat, but they'll tell a story while they're eating.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But no, they'll do that.
That is the most outrageous thing I've ever heard.
It is, but it's those are the ones I watch. I have watched him before. I mean, I was a YouTube kid growing up, so I definitely know who he is.
But he used to be skinny, and then he mukbanged for a lot of years, and then became a very overweight, and then apparently he's been posting old videos of himself for the last 2 years, and he's lost a whole bunch of weight. Yeah. And he came out with his Batman voice and said, "I am the master. I did a social experiment, and all of you are my peasants," which we can get into. Let's just get into that right away. What is the social experiment? I don't really understand that.
So there's a few theories here that I've seen, at least just from being on TikTok. He was saying that his social experiment is that he wanted to see how people would treat him both ways.
Hey, newsflash, buddy, people are mean online.
Yeah, they're mean, period. But I mean, honestly, but he... the other theory I heard is that the new person is not actually him.
I saw that.
It's a stand-in. Nicholas Perry is apparently a guy's name. We don't know. I don't know. I tried to research.
I thought I saw another video where he said he wasn't skinny anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's all over the place. We don't know the truth. This may have been the best... because I don't think anyone genuinely knows the truth here.
Right. I would call it more of a marketing campaign than the social experiment.
Well, I mean, he did market. He did market. I mean, he's so all over the internet right now. Just for what he did. I mean, it was crazy, but I mean, I don't know what to believe, though. What do you think is going on there? Do you think he lost all the weight and he's trolling people, or do you think that's a stand-in?
I think he lost the weight.
I think so, too, because I was looking, okay.
And then, like, he ran out of things to say, so he pretended like he was big again.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think he's just I'm going to be honest, I think he's just an internet troll. Like,
yeah. He's just trying to be famous on the internet.
Yeah, I think so.
That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, because his freckle pattern on his face is the same
Okay, we're getting
skinny
deep.
guys.
We're getting deep.
Well, that's the only thing I could look at, because you're supposed to look at people's beauty marks to see that's one thing he can't really change. And this dude does have the exact same freckle pattern on his cheek that this guy does.
You got one of those boards in your basement where it's like all the things.
The red lines, like Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
For Nick Avocado.
Yes. Well, I was trying to figure it out. I genuinely wanted to know, like, is this really him or not?
Yeah.
But
good by him. Stay relevant.
Good for him.
I thought it was pretty cool, but where I have problems is calling it a social experiment. I don't really understand that.
Me neither. I don't know what to think about that. Like, if it was in a marketing sense, I guess he believed it because everybody's so invested.
Exactly.
But, like,
that's fine.
I don't know what he was trying to prove. But, I mean, again, I guess it worked. So, good for him.
Good job, Nick Avocado.
Nick Avocado.
There we go. All right, next up, we got the Warp Tour is coming back.
Yeah, I'm warming up my Vans, baby.
Tiffany, I know you're excited for this one.
Dude, I'm so stoked. I used to go when I was in middle school. My mom would drop me off for the day in Charlotte, let me run around, and she'd
No
go
way.
shopping. Yeah, which in hindsight.
How old are you?
I was probably 16, 17.
Oh,
I was
okay.
older.
Well,
Sorry, not
sense.
middle school. Yeah, this would have been high
say.
school. My bad. But I went to one of the.
Texting your mom right now?
Well, no. My mom, she literally will like go to concerts with me now. I think like the trust is like went down. And now she's like, oh, I know you're 30, but I'm gonna go to shows with you so you're not by yourself.
She trusted you more when
I was in middle and high school. That is something. But I also didn't think she wanted to do an all-day festival.
No.
But I do have some, I guess, not really hot takes. I hope the tickets are still as cheap as they were back then. And I hope the
good luck with
lineups are
that.
good. I know.
How much were they? You remember?
I think I only paid like 40 to 60 bucks.
Yeah, no
for
chance.
all day. Yeah, no shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited it's coming back. I've been, again, warming up my Vans and my Elder Emo shirt, and we're ready to go. But how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's our childhood.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It's crazy.
It's going to be awesome. I hope that it's just about, so do they go like nostalgia, or do they try to pick modern?
I think they'll probably. It's a good question.
Yeah.
I think they'll get some newer bands, but I think they should get some old.
Yeah,
they should get some old ones. But I'm not gonna lie, most of the bands that I saw back then are still kicking and popular. So so I think they can pull it off. But all right.
Awesome. Well, the last one we have on Pop Goes Berglund Center is. Speaking of festivals, is Firefest is coming back. Did you see that?
No, I did not. And, bless everyone that's going to give that a shot again. Have fun with your bread sandwiches and your 3 pieces of lettuce.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's coming back. There's tickets. Get ready for this, Tiffany. There's a tickets package that costs $1 million.
Are they insane?
And you get like your own private island or something. But
who
would pay for that?
Private island. It's going to be a mound of sand with like a flag in it. Like, this is your island.
Oh my God. Do you know much about him?
I watched.
McFarlane?
No, but I did watch the
doc?
Yeah, I watched the documentary. That's the last.
This is how he got his start. He created a credit card, and his reason why you should get this credit card, one, it was heavy. So people like to hold it. And two, if you could meet up in a house in New York if you had this credit card.
What in the actual world? Like, that's
this
so
guy's
strange.
a known scammer, and anybody that buys tickets for Firefest, you deserve what's coming to you.
Yeah, whoever buys the $1 million ticket, good luck. I don't even know. That's going to be crazy. Like,
yeah, right.
I'm just like, now I'm just traumatized, and I don't even go to that.
You know, some people might go just to like see how
what's
bad.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like Burning Man. Did you know about that? Wasn't it a disaster?
When like Diplo was like, it looked like Mad Max out there.
It did. That's what everybody. Oh man, the memes were amazing.
I forgot about that. I haven't thought about that in a while.
Well, let me just say, festivals, you need to get it together so we don't lose that altogether, because we've just had some bad run with that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's all we'll say for now.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, that's all we got to say about that. But
is that your Forrest Gump?
Sure, we'll go with that. It's my country accent, lack thereof. Well, on that note, we do festivals here, but we also do upcoming events.
Yes.
1 day, sometimes 2 days, and they're pretty freaking awesome. So let's talk about it. The first one that we got is going to be Jeff Dunham. That'll be on October 5th. And then we have Mercy Me the day after on October 6th. And then October 17th, we have Three Dog Night. October 18th, we have the opening night for the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. All right, are we excited about dogs? Yes. It's dog season.
Yeah, ice is being built as we speak. So it's always good when the weather changes and the dogs come back.
Heck yeah, hockey's back in Roanoke, baby. And then also on October 18th, we have Price is Right Live. So come on down. Make sure you get your tickets for that.
Yes.
I don't know why the country accent is staying here all of a sudden.
Just go with it.
Just going to go with it. October 24th is Bluey's Big Play. And also on October 24th, we have For King and Country. They're amazing. Make sure you guys come see them too.
Yes.
Love them. October 25th, we have...
Speaking of ghosts.
Yeah, speaking of spooky, we have Teresa Caputo. Those tickets are going pretty quickly, so make sure if you guys are interested in that show, you go ahead and grab those. And then rounding us out in October, on October 26th, we have Blues is All Right tour.
Yes.
So you guys also get tickets to that too. We have quite the lineup. It's going to be a big month for Berg here. So, you guys just go to berglundcenter.live/events and pick out the one you want to come to, if not all of them.
That's right. Yeah.
If you come to every single one of them, I'll make you a Berglund Center royalty card.
There we go.
How about that?
I love that.
Yep.
Personalized. We'll sign it.
Yes.
That'd be worth something.
Man. You get Rob and I's signature. How exciting is that? So I think that rounds out our upcoming event.
Yes.
And I think that's it for our part of the episode.
Yeah. We got a cool interview coming up, right?
We do. So. We have somebody who works part-time here that we actually did not know is an author.
Yes.
It's Shary Lavoie. So we're very excited. Or I think it's, Lavoie. I may have butchered that. I apologize. But she's coming on the podcast, and she's going to talk about her history and how she became an author, and we're really excited to have her on. She actually wrote I think a horror novel, so we'll have her on to talk about that, and that'll be right after Rob and I's section right here of this episode. So
all right, Tiff, well, we did it.
We did.
We recorded another one. I know you wanted to mention your sign. What does the caution tape say?
Oh, so not even the caution tape.
Oh.
You guys can't see it, but do you guys see like this one?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember the Katie girl that was famous, the little blonde girl, where she says, "It's frickin' bats. I love Halloween." So that's what they say. So there's bats and everything up there. I thought it was cute. I just wish it was a different color, but that's okay.
All right. Well, we had to give it a shout out. We appreciate you guys all listening.
Yep.
Hope everyone has a great October. Enjoy the fall weather.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next month.
Wait, we should high five and party on, Rob. Woo! Welcome back to Roanoke Live. We have a very exciting guest today. We have Shary Lavoie. So she is an accomplished author, a registered nurse. She has a master's in human services with a focus on health and wellness and a BA in psychology. There's more.
Yeah, there's more.
Yes. She is a veteran of the U.S. Navy and retired as director of clinical research, and she worked almost 25 years in clinical research. So I'm going to let her tell you the rest because she is very accomplished. She's a very interesting person. I'm going to let her talk about it. But she is also part of our staff here at Berkeley.
Yes.
So, Shary, please tell us more about yourself and how you started writing.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
we appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
Yes.
I'm here because I am with Berglund. I'm one of the people that helps to take tickets at the shows, which I love. This is my fun retirement job.
I love that.
I'm originally from Connecticut, but I grew up in Maine. And I have been in the Virginia area, the Roanoke area, for 22 years now.
Oh, okay. So a good amount of time.
We used to drive through here and just thought the area was beautiful and moved here as soon as my husband could retire. Let's see. So I got into writing, probably, I hate to say 40 years ago when my kids were little.
Okay.
I was still in the Navy, and one of my best friends really wanted to be an author. So we would spend hours we were in college taking classes together, and we would just sit on the floor and write story after story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It is. She is an author now. She's probably written 25 or 30 books, but I chose to go into nursing at that time. And I'm just now getting back to my author roots. And then when I lived in Maine, it was in Lewiston, and I remember going to the Promenade Mall, and there was a man there selling his books, begging people to buy his books. We bought one. He signed it. Now we know him as Stephen King.
Oh,
No
wow.
way. Oh my gosh, I love it.
That's so funny.
It was awesome.
Begging people to buy his books. And
Yeah,
now
you're
here
like
he is.
Stephen King.
Years
Yeah.
later, still in Maine, my sister owned a pizza shop, and he was sitting on the floor of her pizza shop. So she called me up, and she's like, he's here. So I went to her pizza place, sat on the floor next to him, and he signed Carrie a second time for me.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
So
awesome.
I just was so taken with him. I thought, I'm going to do that someday.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
so cool.
So here I am, several books later.
Yeah. It's so cool because, lots of people probably have thoughts to write, and you actually did it. So that is so cool. And then I think you brought some books for us, right? Can you tell us about the books that you've written, and maybe we can discuss each one of them a little bit?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
So the first one I wrote is Lenny and the Gold. I wrote this book when my kids were just little. One of my sons in particular didn't really care about reading or stories or anything. So I started to write this one, and Lenny is a 10-year-old boy that's kind of based on him with my other children mixed into the character.
Okay.
And he would come home from school every day and say, Mom, did you write another chapter?
Oh,
And it was so
that's
exciting that he
beautiful.
was that taken with it. So all these years later, I updated the book to fit in today's world and had it published.
Love it.
It was just such an exciting moment, but it really got him into reading a little bit more than he ever had. And this was before Harry Potter. It's like a little boy with a couple of his friends go on a magical quest. They need to save the world of Obies, which is our magical creatures.
Yeah.
But it's for like maybe 7 to 13-year-old children. It's a chapter book, but I love anything magical quest-like. So this was the first book that I wrote.
That's awesome. So you said you had to update it?
I
Like,
did.
yeah.
The first book talked about like the Mario Brothers game.
Oh, okay. So those like pop culture references.
Right.
Gotcha.
So we updated it so kids today would understand it a
Yeah.
little bit more. Because they have some of like the toys they played with when they were little. There's a stuffed green dinosaur that belonged to my oldest son. My youngest son can see some characteristics of him in here. Even my daughter has some parts of her
That's
that are in
so
here
cool.
too.
I'm sure they just love that as like a time capsule of when they were kids.
They do. They all went out and bought the book as soon as it came out because it's such a good memory for each one of them.
That's
So
so
that was the first
awesome.
book. Now it has been updated to meet today's world because this one has like Super Mario Brothers in it.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Things that today's kids wouldn't know about. It was updated when it came out this time. But that was the first one.
So it was re-released? It's been released twice? Or
I never actually released it the first time.
Okay.
It's funny because back then you didn't do things online like you do now. I wrote this one, pen and paper. And I did submit it to some publishing companies, and I didn't hear back, so I boxed it up and put it away and forgot about it. Probably months later, I heard from one of the major publishing companies. They wanted me to send it in.
Oh,
but,
wow.
busy mom, ton of kids.
Yeah.
I never bothered.
Oh man.
So it took me 20 years, but it finally made it out.
That's so cool.
And then the second one I wrote is called Clementine and the Gold, The Wayward Wobble. And it's similar to Lenny, different story. It's still about Obies, but completely different story. You can read this one without having read the first one.
Okay, all right.
They can tie together, but they're completely independent of each other. So another magical fantasy quest. I wrote them with like a 7 to 13 age group in mind, but I have a lot of adults who have read them and have really enjoyed them.
I got to ask a question. What is an Obi? Yeah.
Well, so see these little, I don't know if you can focus on this or not.
We'll throw
they're
it
like,
up there on the
they're
screen.
sort of like little fairies who have colors, and that's how they elevate throughout their life cycle is by their colors.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like fairies, but you learn in the very first page, never call them fairies.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Okay.
And then I took a little turn with my writing. So
Did your life change at that point?
Well,
you could see in the colors of just the covers there.
yeah, this is a lot darker.
Yeah, right.
So my husband and I had this really, really strange experience. I even now when I think about it, it totally creeps me out. I can't explain it. I don't even know how to explain it, but it struck me so hard. It affected me so strongly, I had to write about it.
Okay.
So what I did is I wrote a book with 10 scary stories. 9 of them are pure fiction, totally from my imagination. But one of them is based on something very real, something that happened to us, and I can't explain it.
Wow.
So my hope with this book is that somebody will read it and say, oh my gosh, that same thing happened to me. I'm going to contact this author.
Oh, I love that.
I keep hoping because
yeah.
it still affects me to this day. I can't figure it out.
That's awesome.
So this is, like I said, it's 10 scary stories. One of them is based on something very real. So it's up to the reader to try to figure out which one is real and which 9 are just pure fiction.
I love it.
So what I'd like to do today is give your listeners a hint.
Okay. All right. I
Listen
like
in,
this.
guys.
Yeah.
Listen in.
So now I've been a registered nurse for over 30 years. I've worked in all kinds of hospitals and places along the way. So everybody thinks the story about the registered nurse is real. I'm here to tell you it's not.
It's not that one.
Debunked.
All right.
Officially.
Absolute
So
fiction.
now you have 8 that you have to figure out if
Yeah.
they're real. Which
Yep.
one's real out of that?
Yep, nurse story, total fiction.
Yep.
It's one of the others that's real.
Okay.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
intrigued.
So
Love it.
Halloween, 10
Yes.
scary stories. I wrote it figuring it would be great for like the teen crowd. I would like to say that it's not going to scare little kids, but there's a couple of stories you might want to screen before you let somebody too young read
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
There's a story about hockey in here. I have a lot of hockey players in my family. I will say adults can read it. Again, I don't think it would be too terrifying for younger kids.
Okay.
But I have a 70-year-old sister. One of the stories terrified her.
Oh, wow.
She still has trouble going in a parking lot. So
Oh, wow.
take that for what
Okay.
it's worth.
Oh, I love it. And I love the cover on this next book, so I'm excited to hear you talk about this one.
So this is
Very cool.
This one was one of my favorites. This is my first murder mystery.
Okay.
Called The Bell Deception, and it is a true kind of a whodunit murder mystery story. It takes place in Kane, Maine, which I grew up in Maine, so I do like to use Maine as my backdrop for most of my books to date. This one you have to figure out, there's a murder that takes place early on, and you have to try to get to know the characters and figure out who did it. A lot of my friends and people I know have read this one, and people have gotten back to me. So far, the only person who has figured it out very early on is my youngest son. Well, he works with the Secret Service, so I would expect him to figure it out.
He has an up in the game. I see.
So he got it. But most people are baffled until the end, and then they go, oh, of course.
Yes, that's
I
awesome.
love it. And then we'll save the last one for
Yeah.
later.
So those are the 4 books that I currently have published.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank
So
you.
you talked about you getting inspiration from your family. So can you talk to us about your writing process? So it sounds like maybe you wrote a couple beforehand, but then did they just get published? Or so yeah, can you tell us a little bit about your writing process and how that works?
So a lot of authors that I deal with have a great process where they outline everything and they use all kinds of online tools and programs to have everything just so. I don't do any of that. My process is I have all these ideas. I pick one. I know the beginning of the story. I know the main characters, and I know the end of the story.
Oh, okay.
And then I sit down. I have a computer, a cell phone, and a pad of paper and a pen. And this is my process. I start writing. The characters kind of come to life. I kind of follow. Sometimes I feel like I'm the narrator, and they're doing things that I'm just typing along. I have my cell phone so I can look up facts. If I have a gun, I need to know the facts about the gun.
Right.
Which gun doesn't leave a shell? Which gun does a police officer use?
Yeah.
Authors have the best search engines. I hope nobody close to me ever gets murdered because my search engine, I look guilty.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
And then I keep a pad of paper with me, so if my character has blue eyes in chapter 1, I can reference back to that to make sure they have blue eyes in chapter 8. Things like that.
That's smart because I would
Yeah.
totally forget those
Me too.
details.
They would change to like brown eyes and
Yeah,
tell the story.
right.
How that happened.
It happens, and it happens with some pretty famous authors,
Yeah.
which as more minor authors, we really enjoy saying, "Oh, look, the coffee cup was
Right.
plastic, now it's
Yeah.
glass."
They're just like us.
Love it. I love it.
So I try really hard not to let that happen by jotting notes down, but my process is totally informal that way.
Okay.
I write quick enough I can generally remember what I'm thinking as I go, and I just write.
Yeah.
Do you ever get writer's block?
Not a lot. I'm
Yeah.
more the other way, where I'm kind of manic. I have too many ideas going through at
okay.
once, and it's like, wait, you can't have 5,000 ideas in one book. So I try to like slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Not make the plot too like complicated, because you see that sometimes in movies or in books where it's just like it's like they almost couldn't decide which way they wanted to go.
Right. It's
Yeah.
harder to rein it in a little bit.
Yeah, right.
A couple times I'll back myself in a corner. It's like, ooh, now what's this character going to do? How do I get out of this? And sadly enough, what works the best for me is I just put it aside, go take a shower.
Oh, okay. Just step
Take a little
away.
bit of a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Usually
makes sense.
something pops into my mind right about then.
So I have to ask, do you have a favorite place that you like to write? Like, do you have like your living room that's your favorite? I know, like for me, when I was in high school, I had to be in a certain place to do my homework. I know this is different, but
Well, when I was a clinical director of research, I had a home office and I worked there. I said, no more of that.
Yeah.
I usually sit in the living room in a recliner with a laptop.
I love it.
So
you
you're,
got to be
you're
comfy.
using a laptop. That's
use
that's
a
how you
laptop
write
now.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. So, how much of yourself or your own personal experience have you reflected in your writing?
Tons, a lot. So I told you about how the Lenny book has my kids in it. I'll tell you a little bit more about my upcoming book when we
Yeah.
get to that one, because it has a lot. I think my favorite one is, I have a granddaughter. I have lots of grandkids, but one of my granddaughters is in high school, and she had a boyfriend who didn't treat her very well.
Oh,
Could not wait to write a story
you have
with
to
a
air it out to
teenage
the- yeah.
boy, and he's got a name after this one particular person.
Wow. Okay, I love it.
Absolutely, I find people and put them in my books.
I love that.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like one, like a character starts and then you gain it from another spot, where it's like it's kind of like a collection of a bunch of different people in your life.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if I run across people, I reserve them for later books.
Yeah.
I'm going to
She's like-
remember you.
Oh, so do you
Yep,
like come
yep.
across people and you're like, oh,
You're
gonna
on my
be
list.
interesting.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
love
Do we
it.
have any people that came to a Berglund Center event and you're like, yeah, then you're like,
Well,
because there's some interesting people that come through these doors.
I've had a few
All walks
people
of
that
life.
I've had to sell tickets to, or not sell, but take tickets from, that have given me a hard time. They could very well.
yes, giving you the inspiration.
All right, then you
needed.
heard it there. If you're
Yep.
not nice to the workers, then you might end up in a book.
Hey, don't
Anything's
encourage
possible.
them.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
encourage
yeah, they
them.
might
Rob,
wanna
they might want to be in a book. You
Yeah.
don't want to encourage them that way.
I love it.
Oh man. So can you share, well, speaking about memorable people, can you share any memorable experiences or moments that you've had in your career as far as like just being an author?
I think the most memorable thing for me as an author is when my Lenny book first came out. It was the first one that was published. So, of course, all my kids and everybody went out and bought it right away. And my son and daughter-in-law live in North Carolina, and they get their Amazon things really quick. They sent me a picture of, at the time, my 7-year-old granddaughter holding the book in her hand. And I'll tell you, I almost cried when I saw that picture.
Aw,
And this
that's
is
awesome.
another generation holding this book that I had poured my heart into. And that one still kind of gets me when I see that picture.
Oh, I love that. So if you could give one piece of advice to aspiring writers, what would it be?
So I think a lot of people think that they want to write a story, they have it in them, and they just don't think they can do it. Just sit down and write it. Just write. Don't worry if your punctuation is right. Don't worry about, oh, my chapter 1 isn't perfect, so I can't go on to chapter 2. You can fix all of that later. Get the story out. Once it's all done, that's when you can fix the word count and the punctuation and develop the characters more, but just write it. Just get it down on paper.
I love that.
Just write it. I
Yeah.
like that. I like
Yes.
that. That's
Just
that's
do it.
good.
Just write it. It's
Yeah.
like the Nike slogan, but just write it.
Yeah, right.
I love it. I love it. So, what's next for you as a as a writer, and are you already working on your next project? I know that you do have one you would like to speak about, so maybe we can go into that.
I do, but I hope some people aren't listening right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
So I'm from a really large family. There's 9 kids in my family. I'm the youngest. 7 of us are girls, 2 of us are boys. So I wrote a book called Sisters Lie. It's another murder mystery. It's about 4 sisters who take a DNA test just for fun to learn a little bit about their heritage. Well, they take a DNA test and they find out that one of the sisters is a half sister.
Oh, wow.
Immediately after that happens, one of the sisters is brutally murdered.
Oh.
And as the book progresses, we know that it's a family member, and we know that the sisters and family members have lots of secrets. Having grown up in a large family with lots of sisters, I do know that sisters have lots of secrets, and sisters do lie.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I love it.
well, I won't say that it's actually any of my sisters, and I would never want any harm to come to any of my sisters.
Oh,
Yeah, we're just putting that out there.
And it's actually even in
Yes,
the
Egg.
beginning of the book.
Yes.
Oh, really? You put that?
I did.
I love that.
I
love
did.
that.
There are a lot of traits that I think some of my sisters may recognize from parts of us. One of my sisters has actually read this, and she's chuckled her way through it. I hope she's chuckling her way through it. She says she is. But this is my next book that's coming out on December 1st.
Okay.
Oh
awesome.
wow! So it's just getting ready to come out. That's
It's just getting through the
awesome.
final editing right now. and
Awesome.
It'll be
So
available.
exciting.
That is so cool. And where can people find that book and then also the rest of your books? Is it on Amazon or?
Yep, all of my books are available on Amazon, and they're either paperback or Kindle Unlimited. The 2 kids' books are also available in hardcover in case you want to have them for like a Christmas gift or something. The 2 first books that I talked about, the Lenny and Clementine for the Gold, are also available at Barnes & Noble, but only online. They're not
Okay.
available in the stores. And also for my local people, there's a couple of stores in town that are selling them.
Oh,
And you
cool.
can contact me, and I can do, sometimes people do want like autographed copies.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
can do local setups to do things like that and get them to you that way.
How would they contact you? They just reach out to you on Facebook or?
I can do Facebook. I have an email, which is just shary.lavoie@gmail.com.
Okay.
And my granddaughter just set me up with an Instagram account.
Oh,
So
exciting.
I'm
Drop
learning
your-
this.
Yeah, do you have the handle for it so we can share?
It's Shary's Books.
All right, guys.
SHARYSBOOKS.
Awesome. I'll make sure I include that. So if you guys are watching this
Yes.
right now, I'm including it in the description. You guys can get a nice autographed copy for Christmas, for the upcoming holidays. I know
Yes.
during Thanksgiving, I like to just sit and read sometimes when I'm
Right.
around my family.
Definitely.
So that's great. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We really
Yeah.
appreciate you. This has been great. I'm so excited about the books. And we actually have an exciting giveaway. We are going to give away one of the copies of these books. So
Oh,
if you guys are
cool.
interested, we'll put the giveaway above this video and you guys can enter and you'll get one of these awesome copies of her books. So thank you so
you.
much for coming on. We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yeah.
This has been fun.
This has
Yeah.
been great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.